Welcome to another episode of High Proof Ashes. I am one of your co-hosts, Jason JB Smoke, and change of scenery,
Just
right?
a little.
So we are on location at OCL, Ocoee Cigar Lounge here in Cleveland, Tennessee, and we've decided to change it up a little bit in our seating arrangement. So sitting across from me,
Duran, y'all know the drill, no cool nickname. We right back at it, man. It's been a little bit, but ready to smoke a great cigar and have a couple of glasses of bourbon.
yeah, man, I'm super excited about this. So we are going to be smoking the cigar that came in the latest Drew Estate Freestyle Live Pack in January of 24.
Yep.
They've done several of these Freestyle Live Packs, and there's a band on this. You can see it says FSL March of 2024, right? So that's Freestyle Live. So they're going to do a show in March to tell us what this is.
Yeah, man.
So for now, this is a mystery.
I mean, it's definitely lighter than anything they've released recently. So
yeah, it looks
really curious to find out.
It looks very
what
reminiscent of the Underground Shade,
yeah,
or the 20 Acre Farm one.
Yeah.
It's kind of that sort of level of shade, if you will.
I don't smell any flavors or anything like that, so
it's very light. It's very muted. Hey, let's get into this.
Yeah,
we've got a few bourbons and whiskeys on the table.
Well, what'd you bring today?
I brought a Larceny. I don't know the batch number off the top of my head. This is batch A23 Barrel Proof. So this is, one of the first. I don't remember exactly what the numbers and letters mean, but it's basically one of the first releases for the year. I think they do like an A, B, C, D, because they do them in quarters and whatnot. But it's 124 proof, and as you can see, it's taking a hit. It's amazing.
Right.
The other one I brought, I can't remember if we did this one on the podcast or not, but this one's actually just been introduced into Tennessee. But I got this outside of Atlanta right before that. This is Old Fourth Distillery, who is been bought by. They were just bought by.
Don't ask me because I don't know.
Come on, I was hoping you remember.
I don't.
Short Barrel.
Oh, okay.
Short
I was going to say out of Atlanta, then it might be Short Barrel.
Yeah, Short Barrel just bought them. But this was a single barrel cask strength, so this one's at 116 proof.
Okay.
So,
cool.
Yeah. And what'd you bring?
So I brought 2 Four Roses. Both are single barrels, but one is a private barrel. So we've got one coming in at 100 proof and the other coming in around 125 proof. Both very good. But going to do a little comparing, I guess, today. We may not get to it on this episode since we're on location. We're going to do a little bit shorter, but, we'll see. But I can tell you right off the bat, I was surprised by this cigar. I was shocked.
I am too.
It is much stronger than the wrapper says.
Yes, I don't disagree. I mean, so this is a good time to point out that the wrapper tells you something about the cigar, but it doesn't tell you everything, right? This is that whole adage of don't judge your book by its cover.
Absolutely.
And so cigars are very much the same way. So much more flavorful than I was really expecting.
A lot more, it.
And the smoke production, I can hardly see you.
It.
And we're right under, by the way.
Right under.
We're right under a smoke eater.
Yeah. This thing is really, really flavorful, but it's got some oomph. It's got some strength to it. I'm a little shocked.
Okay. Well, I'm going to get into this. I'm going to use my little cigar stand cutter thing. Never really used that before, but I'm not usually sitting in a situation like this.
Yeah, it's a little weird
as well. All right, so I think I'm going to start with the 100 proof Four Roses.
100 proof? I'm going to check out the Larceny. Let's do that.
Yeah, here you go.
Thank you, sir.
So this is just your sort of standard fare single barrel. You can get it in any store.
Correct.
I believe they're all 100 proof. There you go.
I'm starting out a little bit higher.
You are.
A barrel proof here at 124.
Yes, but it's an amazing pour. Larceny and Elijah Craig do something very similar. Where they do their kind of quarterly barrel strength releases. And they're both, amazing. Some better than others.
I mean, right off the bat, this smells great. I mean, the nose on it is very nice. pretty good. It does not drink at 124 proof.
It does not. You know, the Four Roses, people like the dog. I think, you know, Four Roses and, you know, Makers and Old Forester, you know, whatnot. But that single barrel was really good. I mean, you know, so just because you don't like something
doesn't mean you won't like something else from them, right?
Right,
like, yeah,
right.
I get what you're trying to say.
You might not like their primary offering.
Yeah.
But hell, some JDs. I've tasted
Absolutely.
some JDs that have just floored me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay,
yeah.
okay. Like your standard stuff is no go for me.
Yeah, no, it's a glorified mixer, but as you start getting into like
man,
the
like the
Ocoee
Hill,
Hills,
dude, yeah,
yep.
man.
Like, you know, the higher proof stuff.
Yeah,
like it's pretty impressive and pretty good.
Yeah, like what was it? The rye single barrel, I think was the last one that we tried. Really, really good. So, you know, definitely try something else within the brand. I agree.
As far as the Larceny goes, I mean, it's actually really, really flavorful, man. Like, for it to be 124 proof, it doesn't have that, you know, heat that you might get sometimes with the higher proofs. Again, we also predominantly drink high proof bourbon, so my palate is probably a little bit different than most people. So it's quite enjoyable, though. I'll try to give you a little bit more here in a second. Let's see.
Man, I just retroed this, and there was no burn. I mean, just no burn whatsoever. Like there was no bite. It was just like a cream bomb going through my nose.
Let's see. You're right, man. Like, but again, what else do you expect? It's Drew Estate, right?
I mean, yeah.
And as you know, as we've told them a million times, we're Drew Estate fanboys,
right.
So it's always, you know, great when we get to try something new from them. So
yes,
I don't expect anything less. Like so far, construction's good. You know,
so part of the fun of getting these freestyle packs is trying to guess what it is. You know, guess the line, guess the blend, just guess whatever.
Not a clue.
You know, I need to smoke some more. Like we're still in the foot.
Yeah.
I'm not. And I also have to think about like what else they already have in the portfolio. Like there's no way this is an undercrown. Like
no,
why would they do that?
I don't think so.
You know,
I don't think so.
You wouldn't think so. I doubt it's some other offering from the 20-acre farm, whatever that may be called. So you know,
I think it's too good to be like a Nika Rustica.
You think so?
Right? Like I think it's a little too good to be that.
It's funny because I feel like that's where it would like just without even talking about the taste of it.
Yeah.
Like they don't have a shade Nika Rustica.
But they don't have a shade really anything at the moment. Like
no, I'm saying like they don't have a light.
I know, but what I'm saying is like what.
Nika.
So thinking across the Drew Estate line in general right now. So the shade, if I'm not mistaken, has been discontinued, has it not?
No, that's the Sungrown. They're still making the shade.
They're still making the shade?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have the 20-acre farm, which is in a place by itself.
Okay, so there's no reason for them to do an undercrown, like you said.
Right. And then the Esteli line, I mean, they don't necessarily have one that's like a shade, but they've got, you know, they've got a lighter version, you know, of the Esteli.
I don't get Esteli from this.
I don't know what I get.
But I do feel like it's better than a Nika Rustica. Because like that, those taste like entry-level cigars to me.
So the thing about the Nikas is like it's short filler, or well, it's a combination of like you know long and short filler. So the ash acts funny, you know what I mean? So let's see how this ash holds up.
I mean,
so far it's tight as hell. Like,
you know, I mean, and again, I just think it for what it is so far.
Yeah,
you know, it smokes really, really well. So
it does. My first impression is that it's not a Nika Rustica. It's going to probably be a standalone brand or a rebrand of, you know, an old discontinued brand or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, maybe this is the new FSG or something. Like, who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm enjoying it so far, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what this is, but we got to wait, you know, a little over a month, you know, so.
So let's talk, you know, barn smoker, right? So
Yeah, barn smoker.
Like, of course, I've got my
Yeah,
pack
man.
here from, what was this, 22?
That was 22.
22.
Yep.
You went to Florida for the Barn Smoker 23.
That's right.
And they're coming back to Kentucky.
They are.
In 24.
They announced it when they announced these packs.
Right.
The
So
same show.
I'm super excited about that because
I'm so excited.
You know, I was a little upset because I didn't want to go all the way to Florida or to, like, you know, Pennsylvania.
I hear you.
You know,
the drive sucked.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible, right? Like, so like 3 hours is cool. I could do 3 hours.
Right. But
like 8 hours.
8 hours is
for 8 hours. Like, you did 8 hours for like 8 hours, right? Or
what do you mean?
Like the full day of the barn? No, but the full day of the barn smoker was like how long?
It was noon to 7, I think. But that was, of course, the next day.
Yeah. So the day that you got there, was there any special activities on the day that you arrived? So
No.
literally a 1-day event.
Right.
So you drove 8 hours.
Yes.
To kick it for 8 hours.
Yes.
And then drive home for 8 hours.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm out.
Like it was a 3-day slog.
Yeah,
right?
16 hours in the car for 8 hours of fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, you know, can't do it. Like 3 hours, I'm not upset with that. You know, so I can make that in a day.
So,
like,
I mean, I'm happy I went though because the VIP experience was a little bit different than in previous years.
Mhm.
So in previous years, the VIP thing was separate from, like, it was a different day.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember.
Like the one that we went to.
That was different.
It was
though.
the night before.
Yeah, that was
you
crazy.
know. Yeah, it was. But like that's where the VIP experience really was, right?
Yeah.
Whereas this one, they just, you know, the VIPs went in at noon, the GAs went in at 3. And so, but it was
So
but dude,
that's a whole nother ball game because I'd be really pissed off if I bought general admission and I drove 8 hours to get there, get 5 hours of, you know, fun, and then 8 hours to drive back. Like, no.
I wouldn't have went for GA tickets.
Yeah, no, absolutely
I wouldn't have
not.
went. Like if I
Absolutely
couldn't
not.
get VIP, I wasn't going to go because you're right.
That's a long drive for, you know, a
yeah,
very
man.
short trip.
Yeah, they're coming back to Kentucky. From what I understand from the show, they're doing the same thing that they did the last time we went to Kentucky. So it'll be a party the night before.
Okay.
And then, you know, at least that's the way I understand it. But they are doing something different and new this year. I think I don't know if it's a one-time thing. So they call it the family reunion. And they're doing this at it's the castle in Versailles, Kentucky, or Versailles, or however the hell you say it.
Yeah.
Kentucky, which is the castle that Woodford, or no, the guys that used to work for Woodford recently bought, or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know exactly. I looked at it, but now I can't remember if it's Woodford bought it or people who used to work for Woodford bought it. I can't remember now. But so Drew Estate is partnering with these folks, and they're going to do a bourbon whiskey like
Pairing.
no, like a focused event with cigars.
Okay.
You know, that's not to say that there won't be bourbon at the Barn Smokers, but this is supposed to be like more focused.
That makes sense.
You know.
Okay.
But I am hoping that they do the same offerings at this Barn Smoker that they did at the last one, because there were way more vendors. You know, so many more offerings. Like when we went, you had the Drew Estate, what they call them, like activation, tents or whatever, right? So those are all run by Drew Estate.
Mm-hmm.
But there wasn't very many things that weren't run by Drew Estate. Like the little bars that they had
like
set
there's
up.
a few drink vendors.
Right.
And
Okay. This thing was, yes, the activation tents, and then 20 or 30 vendors in there. And
Nice.
they brought like their own, thing to present, and their own stuff to give you, liquor and like product,
Okay.
shirts, like
Right.
it was
swag, different things. I like it.
Like
That's great.
this one company brought in this big ass trailer, and there was a bar inside the trailer that
Okay.
you like walked up a set of stairs to get into. Like it was nice.
Okay.
Like it
Like
was
a
nice.
mobile bar.
Like a mobile bar.
Okay.
Like I'm talking like bar.
Mm.
Like it was a U-shaped bar. Like, yeah, it was nice, man. So I'm hoping that they go to that kind of level this time, because it was beautiful. And
Okay.
I was drunk before GA even got in there.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. So you got
So,
your money's worth, is what
I
you're
did.
saying.
Well, and what was great is I didn't have to stand in any damn lines.
Right.
Like there was just so many liquor vendors that you could just walk up to whoever you wanted and get whatever you wanted. Like,
That's the way to do a
like,
day, man. Like, so you
man.
get up, eat breakfast, noon,
dude,
start drinking.
It was great. And they fed us lunch.
Okay.
Like, so GA
Okay.
didn't get lunch.
I mean, that's part of the VIP experience, right? That's the whole purpose of paying for the VIP, which is awesome. So I think that I know there'll be some footage of you know, the Freestyle Live pack out there.
Yes.
From me, you know, doing a quick little joint with it. But
yeah,
we might as well open it up on camera, right?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, go ahead.
Show everybody what's
Definitely.
in the box.
Yeah.
So of course I've already taken out my little ticket, so you won't get to see that.
But it's nice. I mean, it's you could use it as like a bookmark.
Yeah.
You know, like it's kind of nice.
So this is probably my favorite part. Like, this lighter is cool.
Yeah,
right?
it is cool.
You know, it's pretty awesome. I don't think there's any fluid in it at the
No.
moment, but I'm gonna have to fill it up. But you know, it looks like it's a single flame. Do you know, is it a soft flame or is it a
No, it's a torch.
It's a torch?
Yeah.
But as you can see, Drew Estate always goes all out, man. Like, you know, the Drew Estate on the side, you know, freestyle on it. And the cool thing is like, this little thing only costs $40, man. Like, you know, this lighter alone at a lot of places would be $40.
That's right.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Like, I don't,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not exaggerating. This lighter alone would be like $40 at a lot of places.
The cigars alone are $40.
Yeah. You know, so then you've got, you know, a little keychain here. You know, it's a little big for me, but I might strap it to my bag or something like that. We'll see. And then, of course, like, you know, the cutter that Jason is using with the lighter stand or with the cigar stand here. You know, really cool, man. Like, they always do such great cutters.
Right.
Like, all of their cutters are
Yeah,
beautiful, man. Like, they never, and it's heavy.
It's like metal.
Yeah,
like,
it's heavy.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah,
it feels
heavy
good. It's not some little cheap knockoff plastic, you know, $3 cutter. Like, this thing costs some money. Like, this pack to put together with the cigars, the cutter, the lighter, you know, the keychain, like, dude, there's no way.
Easily it's $100.
$100. Like,
Easily.
you know, so it's well worth the value. Next time they do one, make sure you grab yourself a pack. I'm lucky to have a friend like Jason who always orders multiples, and then he calls me. He's like, I got you one because I know you're going to want it, but you just forgot. So, you know, he always takes care of me on stuff like that. But this is super awesome, super cool, man. You know, hopefully the camera is focusing and seeing what I'm showing you here. I'll flip it that way so you can see. But, I mean, pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. And the cigar, again, I'm really enjoying it. Like, I don't know what to think about it because, again, I still don't think it's Nica Rustica level.
Yeah,
I think it's a little more.
I think it might be. I'm definitely getting some strange flavors. Like, there's this strength in there that is surprising me, and there's some flavors in there that the strength is kind of overpowering a little bit.
Well, so again, like, you never it's rare that I expect a Connecticut wrapper, right?
Sure.
To be this strong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's stronger. Like, the initial light, I was like, oh, was not ready.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the champagne.
Yeah.
You know, the champagne is stronger than you think.
Mm-hmm. But I think this is even stronger than that.
I agree.
You know, like, this thing jumped out, and I was like, whoa, like, okay, you know, I haven't eaten in a few hours, and, you know, this will make you check yourself.
Yeah. All right. What do we want to try next? I think you know what? I'm going to go back.
I was
to
about
back.
to say, you might as well just go back to back on that.
Man.
I'm going to go with the
this
I don't even remember,
the Old
Fourth Distillery.
Yeah. So 4 Roses, single barrel. This is a pick.
Right. So that's a private barrel.
Right. 124, almost 125.
Yeah.
Oof. All right. Lovely noise.
So these are going to be my 2 pours on the podcast today, and I guess those are your 2 because we ain't going to make it to 4 in 30 minutes.
No.
Like,
No, we won't. And that's okay. Not trying to do that.
Man, that thing is
The
stiff.
top, dude. The top on this thing is heavy.
Yeah,
I mean,
but to get it back in the bottle, it was a
pretty
bit of a
tight.
task.
It's pretty tight.
I'm super curious to know what this is. Like, this more than probably any of the other ones they've released.
Yeah.
Because it stands out.
You know what's funny is the only one, I think it's the only one that the only pack that I haven't gotten so far was the UC10. They did the UC10 this way.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That absolutely sucks.
And it's before I knew about the Freestyle Live packs. It was one of the first ones they ever did.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've gotten the ones after that, since then. And that's, they did the 20 Acre Farm that way,
Mm-hmm.
the Nica Rustica Adobe,
Mm-hmm.
the H99 Papas Fritas.
Yes.
I think I'm missing one. I feel like I'm missing one in there somewhere.
The M81.
The M81. No, that wasn't a freestyle. That was the. Was it? It was.
It was a freestyle.
You're right. It was.
Because it came in a black wrapper, you know.
That's right.
With the white what's names on it.
Yeah.
And then we got more of them.
And then we got more of them. That's
when
right.
we went to the
You're
barn
exactly
smoke.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we have this one here. So I think this is going to end up being a one-off, like the M81 and the 20 Acre Farm.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be anything in their regular line, like, you know, it, like you said, a one-off. But I mean, it's good. It's got good smoke production. The ash has been really good, man. Like, you know, mine's a little raggedy because I'm smoking pretty fast, but you know,
like this is definitely something that I could include in my list of starter smokes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it gives me something a little bit stronger than some of the other starter smokes. But yeah, it's good.
I agree. It's a very enjoyable cigar, though. Like again, I'm curious to see what it is, right? Because it's definitely a very enjoyable cigar. You know, I don't want to try to guess at what it is because I have literally no clue. You know.
Well, I'm looking, you know, the wrapper, that's all I can see. And I mean, you can really tell that it's very thin and delicate.
Yeah.
It's super thin and delicate. You know, and I don't know enough about cigar leaves to be able to speak to that.
Right.
But I know that means something. So I have to try to look that up. I don't know, but it's enjoyable. One of the most enjoyable Freestyle Live cigars I've had.
I won't disagree, right? But and I haven't had as many as you have, but I've done the H99 Papas Fritas. I did the M81. I believe you let me try a Nica Rustica.
Okay.
I want to say you did. I think that's all of them I've done. So, you know, I'm new to the Freestyle Live joint. Same way I was new to the Barn Smoker, right? Like, I had never been to one of those, and you were like, you've got to go, right? Like, I'd been to other cigar events, but you were definitely like, you have to go to the Drew Estate event, right? Which was well worth the price of admission.
I was really happy that you guys listened and took the chance.
Yeah, I can't wait to go to this one this year.
You know, because now other people are listening.
Yes. We'll have a much bigger group this year. Like, it'll definitely be better, much bigger. But tell me what you think about the private barrel of this Four Roses.
So I know it may sound crazy, but I like the others, the regular single barrel.
Really?
More than this one, I do. Like, you can definitely taste the heat on it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like the ethanol might be killing the flavors a little bit or overpowering it.
And again, we're still very much in like the early stages of that bottle. Right. You know, so it may need to calm down a little bit. But I'm surprised that you do like the regular private. Or not private, but single barrel better than.
I don't know. Like I'm on the fence because I think I like them each for different reasons. You know, I think that the regular is much more flavorful, but it tastes weak. Okay. You know, because it's only 100 proof.
Yeah, it's only 100 proof.
Right. Whereas the other one, the flavors don't shine as much, but I get that punch like I want. You know, typically with a higher proof bourbon.
My God, what is this again?
This is the Old Fourth.
Old Fourth, man.
Old Fourth Distillery single barrel cask strength.
I can see why it's short barrel bottom. Like, this is good. This is very good.
I know.
Is that a criteria bottom?
I don't think so.
It's not. I believe you told me it was a little more.
I think the price is what got it.
I think the price is over.
You know, $50-something or $60 or something like that. So, but I mean, look at it.
Yeah,
I have done that.
I remember having it here at the lounge, right? Like, and having more than one pour of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's definitely a bottle that if you see it out in the wild, pick it up. It's very good.
And we can get it in Tennessee now. I don't know about that specific one.
Yeah, that's the cask strength. So, you know, like
that's a pick.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, it smells great on the nose. Viscosity is good. Overall, it's very good. It's definitely a thumbs up for me. I like it better than the Larceny.
Do you?
I do.
Okay. I mean, okay. Nothing wrong with that. No. How do the proofs compare? 120 or 116 versus 124. Yeah.
So they're not super far, but you'd be surprised how much 9, you know,
9
can
points.
sway
Yeah.
the taste and like
Yep.
the heat on something.
Right.
So
Well, and I think that these guys actually, let's see, do they make it? So it says produced, but I don't know if that means that they distill it there in Atlanta. You know, so you're talking, you know, different water source.
it's good, man.
Different weather.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, it's not your traditional, and it is actually a bourbon, not a whiskey, right? Or is it a whiskey?
It's a bourbon. It's straight bourbon whiskey. So
Okay.
I mean,
So,
it's 4 years.
I mean, traditionally, you know, people like to say that the best bourbons come from Kentucky, but you know, we've been finding some things.
Look, I mean, almost every state now has some form of distilling. I mean, I just found out recently that Louisiana, they just recently opened up their first distillery.
Really?
Yeah. Can't remember the name of the company. They have a fleur de lis on the, you know, on the label, but I have to look that up.
But we know New York has something too, right? Like,
That's right.
Because Pursuit uses some
do.
New York
That's
stuff
right.
in
That's
their
right.
bourbon. So,
Yep.
You know.
So look, branch out, try different things. You know,
Try different
Wyoming,
things, man.
Texas, Nevada, California, like they all have distilleries.
Yeah,
you know,
I agree.
So.
Well, we're getting close to time here, man. We should probably give our final thoughts. So you tried these two, I tried those two, and we're both smoking the same cigar. So I'll let you go first, man. Give us your final thoughts on the two bourbons and the cigar.
So the standard single barrel that you can get just like anywhere it's phenomenal, and I love that you can get it everywhere.
Right.
You know, but the other one, if you're looking for that higher proof kind of private barrel pick, you know, the little tag that comes with it gives you the different like mash bills that you can pick from. There's like 12 or 14 or so, you know, and it tells you kind of what to expect from those.
Right.
And so, you know, personally, I think I prefer the regular one over this one, and that could just be the mash bill they chose.
Absolutely.
Because I've had private barrels, Four Roses, that are amazing.
Yeah.
You know, so there's 12 different mash bills that they can choose from, or I say mash bills, but flavor profiles.
Right.
You know, so you kind of have to go through the list, you know, and try them. You know, I think that they sell like a sampler of little,
I believe so.
little 100 milliliter or 50 milliliter, you know, of all of them, but it's kind of pricey. I think it's like $150. It's kind of pricey because I think it equals up to like a bottle or like just under a bottle.
Okay.
And it's like twice as much as a bottle.
As a bottle. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But anyway, so the cigar, man, I'm like you. I'm super excited. I love this super delicate wrapper that's on here. I really think it's going to be kind of a thing, a one-off. You know, just a brand all its own, whether it's a rebrand or just a new name altogether. It's nice and stronger than it looks. It's not crazy flavorful. It's more strong than it is flavorful.
I agree with that.
But it's still enjoyable.
Yeah.
So that's what I got. What you got, man?
I'm gonna start with the cigar, man. So to be honest, it was a nice surprise to light this up and it be a little stronger than I expected. You know, I don't mind a strong cigar. So I want to say it's medium bodied. It's not light. It's not a light cigar.
No.
Okay.
It's not a mild
It's
cigar.
a medium bodied cigar. And then here you've got your two different bourbons here.
Right.
So the Larceny, it's okay. Whereas tell me again. I cannot remember. Old Fourth is my favorite of the two, right? Much better as far as what I like on my flavor profile. The Larceny wasn't bad. It was a little hot to the taste for me.
Okay.
I don't know why. It was a little hot to the taste for me. Old Fourth was great. But overall, I think the pairing with the cigar and the bourbons was great, man. Like, this was strong enough to compete with those higher proofs.
It was.
Right? So that's cool.
Yeah,
and it was a surprise because I looked at this light wrapper and I pulled a rookie cigar move. I looked at this light wrapper and thought I was getting a light cigar, and it kicked me in the teeth right up front. Like, right on the light of the foot. I was like, that is much stronger than what I thought it was going to be. So, Drew Estate, great job. The Freestyle Live Pack is freaking awesome. And I'm happy they do it, man, and give it to us at a reasonable price, because I'll buy those all day long at $40, man. You can't go wrong.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
So, but wrap it up, man.
All right, man. Well, y'all know what it is. Welcome to another episode of High Proof Ashes. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that little bell so that you get notifications when we drop new content. As always, I'm Duran, no cool nickname, and my co-host.
I'm Jason JB Smoke, and we will catch you on the next one. See you later.